Welcome back everybody to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a 2023 Volkswagen Taos Highline. Let's take a look. So let's start off with the front end of the Volkswagen Taos. We got nice daytime running LEDs right here with a little light bar that at nighttime will connect both sides of the car. A little bit of chrome black, piano black there, and some nice usable vents on the side there with those 19-inch rims that look fantastic. Let's move right over to the side profile of the Volkswagen Taos. Very nice, very sporty, a little bit of a low ride quality. Does drive a little bit like a car. We got Taos logo on the side, and then we have one-touch lock and unlock doors here that shouldn't freeze in the winter. Should be all good to go. And I absolutely love that red styling, just like on the Jetta GLI that we had. Very nice red and black. You can't go wrong at all. Again, those 19-inch rims that are very cool too. Very nice looking. A little bit of plastic on these guys, but that's to save money and everything like that, so we do enjoy that as well. Okay, so looking at the numbers for the Volkswagen Taos, we have a 1.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine that does 158 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, which isn't too bad. It's also paired with a 7-speed automatic dual clutch transmission, which drives interestingly. We'll say that. We'll leave it there for now, and once I do take it to drive, I will show you everything there is to know about that dual clutch transmission system. It isn't terrible, just a little bit weird. Moving on, looking at the back of the Volkswagen Taos, we have these very nice sporty looking tail lights here. Volkswagen always does a good job. You can see how high the ride height truly is from back here if I drop down just a little bit, and we can see that again, just like the Tiguan, we got some fake exhaust right down here as well. Nice Taos badging, and also the 4Motion as well, because this is a 4Motion car. All-wheel drive, of course, which is very nice. So overall, very effective rear end. With the trunk open now, you can see how much space we have in here. It's a lot of space. You can fit pretty much anything that you needed here. Some nice grocery hooks right over here, and you have some nice little indents. If I lift this floor carpet up here, then we have a tire and some nice stuff under there too. Overall though, it's very spacious for what an SUV needs to be. So there you have it. That's going to do for the exterior tour this year of the Volkswagen Taos. Let me hop inside and let's see what that is. Okay, so let's hop into the rear of the Taos. You can see we have this nice kind of interesting mix of material there and color, which I do like. It kind of follows you all the way here onto the interior. Let me hop in, and I have a ton of space, actually more space than you would actually think by looking at it from the outside, because I have a lot of space to put my feet here underneath the driver's seat. A little bit of pocket storage here, a little bit of vents here. There's no climate controls or anything. They're kind of tiny vents too, but I do feel the air coming from back here. A little bit of storage and USB-C, standard for Volkswagen to do this. And then you get a good little shot of the nice two-tone door and a little kind of a bucket seat. It's like a bench, but the seat has a bit of an indentation on it, which I do like. It is kind of comfortable, a little bit on the firm side, but still pretty comfortable. And then we have this thing here that's going to fold down for us. 2 cup holders, pretty standard stuff, and the trunk pass through. And then let's now take a look in the front. Okay, let's hop into the front seat of the Taos. Again, we have that two-tone leather kind of thing going on. And then let's take a seat in here and look at this very nice steering wheel. First things first though, let's find that start button, which is right here, like most Volkswagens we've seen here, and turn it on. There we go. Start her up, get the AC going. It's absolutely boiling today. And as soon as it starts up, we have this very nice infotainment display. Very nice D-cut, sort of D-cut steering wheel. You know, we saw on the Tiguan that we had the R logo on the Taos. It's kind of way better, but look, let me highlight this. We got physical buttons on the steering wheel. It's one thing that I didn't like on the Golf R, didn't like it on the Tiguan either, but here we are, Taos, they got us covered. So we have a heated steering wheel button with 3 different levels of heated steering wheel if you want. Then you have some of this stuff to control your view for your nice little gauge cluster there. I really do like how Volkswagen has been doing their customization for the gauge cluster there. It's very cool. Then we have some lane keep assist stuff and some volume controls down there as well. Super nice. Then over on my left hand side, I have some very basic lighting controls. No memory seat. It is a power adjustable driver seat, so that's great news, but I just love how the stitching here on the steering wheel gets my eye every time. So moving over now to our infotainment display. It is, you know, kind of the right size for the car. I really don't mind it. It's very effective, very usable. I like Volkswagen software. It's not terrible. It's definitely not the worst we've seen. We do have built-in navigation. I know on the Tiguan we did not, but here we do. I have a bunch of settings that I could do. I could do the car. It's going to show me status. Then I can do selection. This is going to allow me to go driving data, stuff like that. It really is interesting. And then you have settings, car settings for the ambient lighting, tires, mirrors and wipers, all these kinds of things, units, you name it. You can pretty much customize it on the Volkswagen, which is really cool. It's usable, and it's not complicated, which is important when you're looking at infotainment screens. There is a lot of piano gloss black, as you can see my reflection in the mirror somewhere right there. You can see me. So this one is clean, but if it gets dirty and scratched up, it might not look so good. So just keep that in mind for people that maybe don't like that too much. But if you're happy with it, that's fine. You can also pull this down, have a little quick stuff here, and it obviously has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You can do wired too. Nice little climate display there as well. Overall, it's very, very effective, and I do really like it. Okay, moving lower in the Taos, this year we have, look at this, physical controls once again. Maybe they heard our complaints with the Golf R and everything, and they threw it in the Taos. And very good. You have lots of simple stuff to use. You have heated seats for both sides. No ventilation, but that's fine. A lot of gloss black again. You can see me in the reflection there. Then we have a wireless charger, 2 USB ports. And then you saw the start button already. This really nice shifter that I love from Volkswagen, which shows you what gear you're in. And you could actually shove it right into sport mode right from there. Automatic start stop button here. There's a lot of empty buttons. Again, we saw this on the Tiguan. I don't know why they don't just remove these buttons and just maybe make it like a flat surface. Would be cooler. Then we have our drive selector that we're used to seeing on a lot of Volkswagens. Very nice, very effective. A little bit of storage space in here for my stuff, not too much. This car definitely is not a storage monster, with a little bit of storage there in the glove compartment as well. And then we have these nice seats, which I will talk about once I strap that GoPro on. So let me do that. I'll be right back. All right, on the road now with the 2023 Volkswagen Taos. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, but I believe I am. And it's been a nice little nimble sporty week with the Taos. Comfort wise, been very good. I haven't spent too much time in traffic or anything like that, but the time that I have spent has been pretty smooth. It does have, like I said in the beginning, a dual clutch transmission, which kind of can be springy sometimes depending on how hard you mash the pedal. It sometimes doesn't know what gear you should be in, and it guesses, and it guesses wrong, so it flips back and flips forward. So just be careful when you're in traffic with that. Eco mode kind of calms that system down a little bit. Speaking of eco mode though, since I am close to where I usually do my performance test, let me shove my shifter down backwards here, put it right into sport mode, and then let me let this traffic pass here, and we'll do a little rip. Let's go. Fully all the way to the floor. Let's go. Way. Come on, little guy. Let's go. You got it. There you go. Whoa. So it was ready to shift and I lifted. Oh boy, that's a lot of engine noise. Yeah, so I mean, kind of like the Tiguan. Obviously the Tiguan's faster, it does have a better engine in it. Let me actually take it out of that and put it right back into eco mode so it calms everything down. You can hear me. Yeah, so lots of torque at the beginning, and then it kind of tops out like around, stops giving you the power around like 60, 70, and just kind of continues at the same acceleration pace. But it is really good. So no problem getting around slower traffic, no problem navigating. Again, and it's super nimble. Like the Tiguan felt a little bit bigger. This does have some body roll, but not near as much as the Tiguan. And it's just like, it's really, really nimble. Like I just like that I can do that. I feel a lot of control. The 4-wheel drive system is going to be good for the winter. It's one of those small vehicles that you can kind of fit in any parking spot. You have the space needs, or the upgraded space needs, because it's not a sedan. So you have the upgraded space needs, and it's got 4-wheel drive, so you know in the winter it should be reliable, should get you through most of the storms we have here in Canada. So still pretty good. And like, look, I can throw it into this fast corner here. The lane keep assist is bothering me because I threw it out there, but look at this. It just holds it. It holds it well. I'm very confident in it. Yeah, Volkswagen's tuning with their steering and their suspension is, again, really never disappoint me. And this is like my 4th one that I've driven. So yeah, super impressive. They're like, you know, there is a little bit less dampening in this car than the Tiguan and even the Golf R. I'll say this is a little bit more of a rough ride in any mode. Usually I drive in eco mode because I want to keep the fuel range down. You know, I still have to pay for the gas in these cars, although I don't pay for actually driving them. But yeah, I want to keep it down. Speaking of gas, I've been around the low 9.0 because I do a lot of city driving. When I am on the highway, I'm getting like 7 to 6 range, which is good. That's like my Hyundai Elantra range, and that's a normal sedan that I always drive in eco mode anyway. So super good numbers there. Again, it's like SUV like numbers, but better than the typical huge 3-row SUV. So really good for just a standard SUV. And then look, I can just throw it right up this hill here, no problem. Super smooth with the takeoff. Like, it's the transmission, like springiness with the dual clutch is only present when you're doing a lot of stop and go. When you just kind of floor it, when you're already going 50, it's super smooth. It knows exactly what to do. So just keep in mind that maybe when you're in traffic, you're gonna get a little bit of a headache from that springiness. I don't know if it'll do it because it doesn't always do it, and that's a good thing. It's not always springing you around, but it might do it a few times. If it does do it through the course of me talking, I'll try to point it out so you can see. So overall, visibility in the Taos is really, really good. I've got lots of blind spot room to look. There's no blind spots at all. I'm fairly comfortable with the ride height. It's not the highest. It does kind of drive like a normal car would, but it's a little bit, you have a little bit more ground clearance, so that's nice. And it's just, yeah, I have no problem with visibility. Very, very good in that area. Nice big windscreen. You have a nice little view of your Beats sound system, which is okay. It's not the greatest thing. I found it better in the Jetta, and I'm pretty sure it's the same system setup, the same sound system, but for some reason the Taos just doesn't have that great of a sound system. So if you're really stuck and you don't know whether or not you should get the upgraded one, I honestly, I don't think it would make that much of a difference if you decided not to get it. Yeah, I do really like how sporty it feels. I like how, the steering responds. It's more of a sporty SUV than a 3-row would be, and it's exactly what you're looking for. And it's on the low end of price. Like, as tested, this car is around that $38,000 Canadian mark, which is pretty good. So if you're watching and you live in the US, it's significantly cheaper for you because your dollar is so much better than ours. So you're very, very lucky when it comes to that. All right, so let's do some final thoughts for the Volkswagen Taos. And I'll tell you, should we go with the Taos or should you just wait and get more money and get the Tiguan? Honestly, it really is going to come down to preference. They both really do drive the same. Obviously, the Tiguan has a little bit more kick to it, a little bit more features too, because you got the ventilated seats and stuff like that, and the screens are a bit bigger there, but you are paying more money. So for the Taos this year, I mean, it's perfect for what it is. If you're looking for just a normal 2-row and you don't want to spend that much money on an SUV, 38K is right in that sweet spot, and this is the Highline. This is the most upgraded version that you can get, and it's kind of got everything that you could want. It really does check all the boxes in terms of an SUV, and Volkswagen has done a great job once again. I mean, they rarely do a bad job, which is great to see. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like that ID4, but personally, I have no problem with it. So if you're in the market for a Volkswagen Taos, do let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Have you test driven one yet? And what do you think overall about that car? Do you like the sportiness? Do you like how compact it is? That's all the things that I like. I really do like the red color. The interior is not boring at all. Like I said, it just checks all the SUV boxes that you could want. It has all the features that you could need here in the Highline version. So I think it's a go. I think that if you really want a 4-wheel drive SUV that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, Taos is the way to go. It's got you covered for the most part, and that's really all you need from the SUV, and that's probably all you need from this video. So if you liked, make sure you liked. You have to subscribe if you're watching right now. If you hear my voice inside your ears right now, you have to subscribe. You have to like, you have to let me know if I missed anything or if there's more stuff that you want to see in the future from Volkswagen, or just in general, more stuff, more shots that you want me to cover, or things specifically. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and with that being said, we'll see you in the next one. Take care.